It's a legendary moment.
It's a legendary moment.
Get your prize!
We are still at Secure the Bag. The partners are Liberty, in it with you. And I'm sitting here with Bontle Modiselle, and we're going to talk about the day. How was the day? What was her highlight? And some of the things that were said in the panel, finances, speaking to professionals and young entrepreneurs. I want to start with this. How are you? Let's start there.
I'm good. I mean, if you're speaking to Bontle the person,
Yeah.
Bontle's good. Bontle, like everybody else, is fighting for her life.
Okay.
Staying alive. Grateful for life. Yeah, but I'm here. Blessed. Really honored to be here.
Yeah, the key word is blessed. I love that. You were the facilitator for the conversation of today, which was about finances. It was about young professionals and young entrepreneurs, right? So from today, I'd like to know whether it's what the panelists said or someone from the crowd. What has been your highlight?
I mean, look, as a moderator, there were so many things. I mean, basically what we wanted it to feel like a lounge or just a lounge conversation between friends, and there just so happens to be an audience, right? But it's the type of friends that you should have, and the type of friends that you want, and friends that want you to grow and to establish yourself, and really friends that have some gems and some lived experiences and some lessons from those experiences, and wanting to impart that knowledge. So I think for me, being in the company of financial experts, but also young professionals and entrepreneurs that even I look up to, and people that I've worked with countless times, it's really hard for me to pinpoint one moment that was a highlight for me, but I think just that continued shared, literally every time everyone spoke, there was a gem. There was something to be dropped, there was something to be said, and I think something that could resonate. But at the heart of it all, I think for us the most important thing, and whoever's going to see this, hopefully this redirects them to seeing Secure the Bag Season 2 and maybe even seeing Season 1, and really getting free game.
It's true.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like literally people who are in it, who are giving you the cheat codes, who are giving you the ins of what it means to do certain things and what it is that you can avoid, so that you have real, practical, applicable things to do. And I think for me that was like, I guess maybe that was my favorite thing, the fact that people didn't shy away from sharing and divulging as much as they could. And you know this, like people don't like sharing, people don't like seeing other people grow, and I think maybe that comes from not understanding what an abundance mindset is and operating from that place, and understanding the pie is big enough for all of us, like this, we are too many. But the power and collaboration coming together and having a shared vision and goal and wanting to support each other along the way makes the pie even bigger. And I guess like wealth is everyone's birthright.
Yeah, I've been speaking about, sharing of information and the panelists like letting it go, I'm one who goes to events like these, right? Most of the time they give you like broad words, put in the work, work hard, and there's no, like you say, practical, like do this is how we did it. And what I like about today is the experience behind it. You learn from someone that has failed, that has done it maybe 10 times and failed, but at the 10th time they got it, and you like, now because they paid it forward, now I'm able to avoid certain things, because today I'm like, oh, this is how we move. These are the mistakes Sibu did. Oh, these are the mistakes maybe Tilly did. And I think because of especially Tilly, who doesn't really speak, and now he's decided to start speaking, I'm like, this is the right time, because he has all the experiences, he's went through so much in this industry that when he speaks, it's literally like, yo, like you're saying, like, so, and that's what I like about today. But you are a mom, right?
Yeah.
You are a parent, and I come from a generation, and I was telling someone before you that I interviewed that when I was younger, my mom, when I used to like, I want this, and I'm like, and stuff like that, and she's like, you want to see my pay slip? I'm like, no, I don't want to take it there. When do you think it's the right time to have conversations with the younger ones about money, or include them in terms of family budget? Because I come from a place where, as much as my mom was there, but to this day she's never really included me in her budget, or showing me how she does that. That now when I look, I'm like, how was she surviving? She was probably even getting 5,000, and there was like 2 of us, and she did this and she did that, and I'm really, really shocked. So when do you think we can have those conversations, or include kids in such conversation about money?
To me, money is a culture, right?
Okay.
So I think I want to bring a culture into my home where it's not a foreign or an uncomfortable conversation to have. And I think as kids, it's now as adults, in hindsight, when we look back, money is a difficult conversation for us to have because we didn't have the conversations at home. Okay. But also when you think from a very empathetic point of view, I don't think our parents didn't want to have the conversation with us. That's maybe true. You can, if you consider certain things, I don't think they were embarrassed, but as we kept saying in the panel discussion, a lot of us are the firsts within our family. The first to go to university, the first to get a certain kind of job within a certain bracket, needing to or being able to afford certain things, the first to be able to leave home and to live in a certain type of place. And so it's very difficult to have a conversation when you don't have the words for it. So that's why I feel like I don't think our parents didn't want to have the conversation. I think they didn't know how to have the conversation. Right. And I think for us, we're in a fortunate point in our lives where we're obviously able to observe whatever it is that our parents did wrong. If they're open enough to have the conversation with you now as an adult, because they see you as an adult, and maybe they feel like they can trust you and have that conversation and be open and honest. I mean, I saw my mom's pay slip for the first time, I'd say 5 years ago.
No, that's very recent. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Very recent.
Yeah.
But why my mom was comfortable enough in sharing that with me was because she was going through something where she needed financial support and advice on certain things. And it was like, there's no way you raised 3 girls with this amount of money.
No.
And this is what you're earning now? Obviously, when you go years back or previous years, it was less. Your salary keeps increasing and growing as the years go by. But I got to see my mom's payslip very late. But also, that was the first time 5 years ago I was having a financial conversation with my mom that wasn't Agina Chelete, or you know what I'm saying? For us, that's all you hear. That's all you hear our parents say, Agina Chelete, or I can't afford it, Agina Chelete. So you grow up as a child, you don't understand it. But you don't understand, Agina Chelete, you know what I'm saying? Which also speaks to the magic that our parents are in the things that they were able to do. But to bring it back to your question, for me it's about creating a culture. So I want, and really she does it already, right? I have a daughter. Africa's like every other child, you want everything. Everything that you see, you want it. And I think for her, the one thing that I'm really trying to get her to understand is a reward system. Okay? And that reward system means if there's good behavior or something like that, she is then given a reward for that good behavior so that she understands what it means to earn something. And so it's not to say that I necessarily give her money, but if she wants something or she wants a toy or whatever else, she understands that money needs to be spent for it. Okay. I tell her what the amounts of things are. And it's funny, maybe because of the types of things that she consumes, the currency she speaks in is dollars. So for her, she's like, "Oh, mommy, is it $6?" It's like,
that's interesting.
it's funny, but that's how she thinks.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, it's $6, but when you bring it back to South Africa, you convert it to this. But I don't say these things, but it's just like, but if it's rands, it's this much. But if it's dollars, it's this much. So I meet her where she is, and I say certain things to her. But again, it's just little things that I do. I give her money to give to somebody else. Or if we're at a set of robots and someone's asking for money, I give her the money so that she gives it to somebody else. So she also understands that there's a culture in money where you give not to benefit anything. Do you know what I'm saying? That it's important to help. That it's important to extend a hand. If you were to make it a corporate effort, it would be your CSI. So in what ways are you showing up for your community, for showing up other people without a return or anything like that? So it's interesting, and I think for me that's where my difference is. I want to instill or develop a culture where we can speak about money, where we can speak about what we can and can't get, just that she gets comfortable with it, you know, and she understands it, and then once she's older she's able to engage with money and think of it differently. I think for us, we're learning now, we're needing to come to the panel discussions, we're watching podcasts, you know,
that's true,
but our kids now are learning from parents who know better than what our parents knew, and I think that is already like leaps and bounds ahead of what we had.
Oh, it's interesting, you know, when you speak about your kid, and the one word that comes to me is exposure.
Totally.
Yeah, and I was once told about a story of a soccer player, Lionel Messi, that they took him to Camp Nou, where Barcelona plays. So he sees Ronaldinho playing, he sees Ronaldo out there, and the level of thinking of football is at that level, that anything less than that, it is not it. And that speaks to like Africa. She's exposed. That's why he becomes the legend. Although he's talented, he got to see them probably practicing and putting in the hard work. It's like, hey, I'm talented, but I still need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, but speaking about one of the things you spoke about first, right? First doing this, first being in varsity, first generation entrepreneur. What would you say to someone that's the first time, like they maybe they just got their first job, you know, they just got their first deal, the money's gonna come in, you know, it's the first time, like I know I blew, I didn't save anything. I was like, yo, I've always wanted this, I've always wanted to, so I went in. So what, hindsight, looking at back to your life again, it's what would your advice be to someone who they have not spent their money yet, but month end again? So what would your advice be to them?
You know, money, ne?
Yeah.
And a high gain in an amount that you're not used to, you'll blow it. And I'm not saying blow your money, but I think for me there's a greater lesson in that.
Okay.
And I think the lesson in that, I'm not saying go blow your money, because I think as well there's something about earning something and being able to experience the thing that you've earned. There's something really affirming about it, and something really motivating about that experience. So I want someone to enjoy the money that they've made. Of course, get that one, or get that sneaker, get that dress, get that thing for somebody else, whatever it is that'll make you feel good, right? If you blow your money, do it that one time.
Let it be one time.
Let it be one time. Because again, I think there's so much value in learning from that experience. Maybe you must feel the pain
Of not having
of your money running out.
Because petrol, no, I can't go to work.
That thing.
I have
And
to go forward.
exactly.
Yeah.
When the next one comes in,
Yeah.
then you understand, okay, when they speak about budgeting, when
Yeah.
they speak about this, that, and the fifth, you're then able to apply it. Theoretically, it's very easy for me to say,
It's true.
go blow your money, chum. Go blow it. Go blow it. But then you will come back and you'll learn, hey, wait again.
Yes, life is not a game.
It's not a game.
Yeah.
And again, like I was saying, just to echo the sentiments, was that the best teacher in life is experience. So feel the pain of not having that money, of having a lot of it and losing all of it the following day. Yes, it's not nice, but there are some lessons in that where you are then, again, able to manage yourself, instill a level of discipline, develop a culture, an understanding of money and how it is that you're able to get it, save it, build on it, stretch it, and then hopefully that one salary becomes, or that one notification coming in if you're a freelancer, becomes wealth.
I like what you said. Blow it, true.
Blow your money. No, let's be real. Blow your money. Blow it.
Yeah. So they're asking us to wrap up. We're running out of time.
Oh no.
The last question is, the young people who are watching, maybe there's a teenager, maybe there's like, they're aspiring to be like you, they look up to you. What would be your advice to them, you know, or maybe your advice as well to your younger self when you look at yourself now?
I would say, and oh man, I've said it so many times, and I did a campaign with Meta, and they were speaking to me, or we were speaking about just my journey and just how it's been and how I've gotten to this point. So I'm going to echo the same things that I've said there, that I've said a million times before. Start with who you are, where you are, and what you've got. These three things you will visit multiple times in your life. So, like in answering the question who you are you? What do you have? What is your skill? What are you naturally and innately good at? Right? What do you have around you? Do you have a phone? Do you have a talent and a skill? Do you have friends who are, I don't know, do you guys want to start a crew? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, look at what resources are around you so that you are able to inform or to give life to the who you are and what it is that you've got to offer. So start with who you are, where you are, and what you've got. So where you are, where are you in that point in your life? Are you starting from the beginning? Are you on your way to success? Have you reached your points of success and now you're trying to reach a new level of success? That's why I say you'll keep revisiting these questions, because on your journey you'll keep meeting different things and different levels of success and maybe even failures. Are you at a point where you were successful and now you've kind of hit the bottom, you've gone rock bottom, and how do you move forward from there? Again, look at who you are, where you are, and what you've got. And these three things will inform how it is that you move going forward. And man, pour into yourself. Invest time, energy, nurture your skill, nurture your talent. And I want to reference
Those are the words of Bontle Modiselle. Thank you for coming. Really appreciate you. Love the energy. And I think a lot of people are going to learn from this. And for you who's watching, subscribe, like. Until next time, I'll see you on the flip side.
It's a legendary moment.
It's a legendary moment.